down in the cozy streets and windy roads and imponderable intersections of Lower Queen Anne, in those quaint little pockets of life and jouissance as yet unblemished and smothered by speculative real estate schemes, in the shadow of the new garish, shoddily constructed, ant-infested condos, there lived one of those marvelous creatures who emerged fully formed out of the ether, a being of pure realness, a man who in ancient epochs might have been called God-touched, a seer, a man who in the medium past would have been called an eccentric enthusiast, a man who in more contemporary times is surely decried in shrill, pearl-clutching shrieks as an intense weirdo, but who, in the circles that I run in at least, was known as a pretty cool guy. This man was the self-styled Dr Zapp, a practitioner of remediation of a more spiritual nature, a purveyor of certain medicinal compounds finely tuned and perfectly calibrated to maximize cosmic catharsis. To those in the know, and with a sufficiently chill disposition, a visit to the good doctor was boundlessly constitutional. The good doctor was, indeed, very, 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 very good. And to my great fortune, I was among that number who often sought his consultation. One night, I popped in to obtain the means of my spiritual uplift and noticed that the normally placid and efficient doctor had a certain glint of fire in his eyes, a certain electricity in his gait. He motioned me to a door leading to a balcony. He began to speak. Armando, now you've been visiting me these many years, and while I'm often not one for words, our interactions have been enough to convince me that you're a kindred spirit, a fellow traveler, if you will, and now I feel it's as good a time as any to show you my greatest creation. Ooh la la. He opened the door and beckoned me forward. It was a dark room. A laboratory, it seemed, the crucible in which so many fabulously groovy times had been forged. He stood next to a table with a large sheet covering something irregularly shaped. Armando, like you, I came here from another place. Now, this used to be a real place, but now it's a plastic place. It's fucked! These goddamn speculators, these ghoulish fucks, they're everywhere! Putting a goddamn price tag on everything, strangling the spirit out of this town. I've watched the rising tide of shit slowly encroaching until it's come up to my tits. But I'm not going to just take it, Armando. Oh, no. For you see, I've created a weapon. I'll melt their brains. They'll recoil in horror. There'll be no escape. For this creation, my beautiful progeny will trap them within their own fear. You see, Armando, this is the synthesis of all my abilities. This is the distillation of all my power. All of these years I provided balms to soothe weary souls, but no more, Armando. Now I'll unleash this living, walking poison. This beautiful creature will reveal the innermost fears of these bushy motherfuckers. Behold! The sheet was tossed aside, and there, strapped to a gurney, was a most marvelously strange creature, whose shape and appearance shifted rapidly. A cavalcade of the starkest of suburban horrors, a public housing unit, a vaguely poor-looking person, an adequately funded public transit system. Then it suddenly wailed and shrieked! Easy. Calm yourself, my boy. And he began to sing. Zappa-dabba-doo, zappa-dabba-doo. Zappa-dabba-doo, zappa-dabba-doo. Zappa-dabba-doo, zappa-dabba-doo. Zappa-dabba-doo, zappa-dabba-doo. The creature sated. The doctor became manic. Armando, the time has nearly come. First, I'll sick them on those bastards up on the top of the hill. Those goddamn big souls looking down their noses and our plans weren't good enough to be in their goddamn club. Well, we'll see how they like being entombed in their own petty, self-centered bullshit. And after that, no limits. But the strange being stirred again and escaped from its restraints. No, not yet. Settle yourself, please, please. But it was no use. The creature burst from across the room and bounded into the misty night. Well, hell. No time like the present. Suck on that, you goddamn slimy bastards. Fuck 'em! Fuck 'em! Fuck 'em! Fuck 'em! Fuck 'em! So, dearest Seattleite, if you find yourself mid-amble heading home from your favorite gastropub back to your nearly empty condominium complex on one of those fraught, foggy, miserable nights and are struck by the bone-deep terror of seeing a poor person existing and tainting your neoliberal utopia, don't call the HOA. Don't pretend to reluctantly vote for a person who advocates liquidating the homeless for city attorney. Don't give in to your intrinsic hatred of the poor and try to liquidate them yourself. No, for it may be the beast, and you can't fathom the horrors it will unleash upon you. Don't risk incurring its wrath. No. This comrade starts to sing. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo. Sabba-dabba-doo, sabba-dabba-doo.